Hello, Monsters of Banshee, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 20? 20 of my Mousillon Campaign. It's not the first time I've recorded this episode either. Nor the second. The first time, I had a turn where during the end turn I had a battle to fight. Then I fought two more battles. On the last battle, the game crashed. And then, of course, the last save I had was an autosave, which was 3 battles ago. So needless to say, I wasn't super happy. I got a bit salty and just quit because I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it. Because, you know, at that point I was quite annoyed and I was like, it's not going to be fun for me to record this, so I'm just going to go and chill out, do something else, and then I'll come back to it. So I came back to it, thought, that's fine, recorded it again, and the game sound didn't record. So, third time's the charm. We've got a busy episode. It's going to be packed full of short, hairy people. I'm going to have a rant about Space Marines as well. I can't remember why I had a rant about Space Marines, but I had a rant about Space Marines, and I want to do it again because Space Marines suck. Oh, it's because they're like dwarves. That's right, because dwarves are annoying. They're stunty. They're beardy, and they're boring. And that's exact. I know some people are coming, but dwarves are great. That's going in the book. And to you, I say they're fucking boring. All right, they're just small beardy people. That's it. They're small Scottish beardy people. That's all they do. That's their entire thing. Fuck those guys. Fuck Space Marines as well, and Sigmarines for that matter. Fuck all of them. You know why? Because we're gonna have this. We're gonna have to run now. I may as well do it. So, Space Marines are boring. They're just, I don't, you know. Oh, but think of the Primaris Space Marines. No, they're even more boring. Because they're just new Space Marines. And worse, they just get given all the cool shit. They get given literally everything that every other race has. Fuck it. Why have any of them? Just have Space Marines v Space Marines. Have it as vanilla as shit. Oh my god, so vanilla. Space Marines are so boring. They just go around going, brother, yes, brother, for the Emperor, brother, yes, brother. That's all they do. Endlessly. And occasionally, they'll have something that there is their thing, like you have Space Wolves. And what's their thing? They like pancakes. No, just joking. They've got a wolf thing. Literally everything's wolf. They can't get out the wolf thing. I bet they're sick of it by now. But now everyone for Christmas buys them wolf things. They just have to go, oh, that's great. I'll put it with the other pile of my other wolf shit that I have. Not to mention the sparkly vampire marines. The Ultramarines are probably the worst because they're just Roman Space Marines. That's literally all they are. And then you got the ones that like having metal hands because they're boring. And then you have the ones that like whipping themselves. They're boring. You got the Crusader ones. They're just crusading Marines. It's so boring. Jesus, it makes me so angry just how boring they are. And every like, you know, they've got the Demon Hunters game, which looks really good. But it's fucking Space Marines. And before you go, but it's Demon Hunters. No, I don't give a shit. They're basically just slightly more psychic Space Marines. That's their thing. We go hunting demons. Well, good job. Oh, so dull. Christ. You know, right. I don't know if anyone has subscribed to the Warhammer TV. And if you haven't, don't. But if you have, is that series Angels of Death. And I swear to God, the most interesting character in Angels of Death is the ship captain. Because she's not a fucking Space Marine. There's only two. There's 3 characters that I can remember from. There's 4 characters I can remember from that series. The first is the ship captain because she's the most interesting. The second is the captain they're looking for. I genuinely can't even remember his name. Who cares? Then there's the Skull Marine who's dead, and then there's the Space Marine who went to the Death Watch and is now sad because he doesn't feel like a Blood Angel or something. And then the rest of them, there's a whole cast of characters who are basically interchangeable because they're all just basically the fucking same. Also, don't subscribe to fucking Warhammer TV. It's garbage.
I have seen your heart.
What do you want? More sleep shines.
It's trash. I'm sorry, but it is. Like, there's just nothing on it. It is not worth. It's not worth the money. It really isn't. You've got 2 2 series on it from what I remember. I only checked a couple of weeks ago. I jump on my brother's one. That's what I'm doing. But there's 2. There's like Hammer and Bolter, which was, you know what, there was 3 episodes of that, and it was, you know, it was generally quite good. I mean, for one, there weren't any Space Marines in it, so that was a bit of a win. And then you had Angels of Death, which was the Blood Angels one, which I don't really want to spoil because, you know,
Follow me.
you might want to go and watch it at some point, so I'm not going to spoil it. But needless to say, it has no interesting characters in it apart from the ship captain. And then there's just battle reports, and I mean the battle reports are fine, but, and this is a bit of a big but, and I cannot lie. I'm actually going to get rid of
We have
these,
met before.
and I'm going to recruit nothing else because I can't afford it. There we go. And research, I'm going to go more money. That's what we're going to do. There we go. So the battle reports are they're just so wholesome. That's the problem. You know, it's like, oh, you did really well with that roll. Oh yeah, good job, nice work. Oh, that's something they're gonna. It's like, no, a real battle between 2 people will have at least 15 minutes where one of them is hurriedly flicking through the rules, calling the other person a dirty cheater. And if it doesn't have that, like, it's not a proper battle between 2 people. I need gritty realism in my battle reports. None of this wholesome stuff with people just being friendly. Ugh. It's not how games work. Not how I remember them anyway. Nothing worse. Anyway, so we've got some doors down here. That's interesting. I didn't do that before. I know there's a door for Sharby down here. There's one over here as well. God, it's a real pain because I was doing really well last time. I had some really good battles, and then I've just had to scrap the whole flipping lot. Never mind. Flensburg, I'm guessing, is probably doomed. But what I might do is just sit a little ambush there. We might get spotted.
I have no time for this. Sigma for
Maybe. We shall see.
incredibly important.
Let
We are in
us skedaddle up here.
Devotee of the lady.
We're going to get something like that. We'll bring you up.
I see you.
My bloodline.
And yes, we're gonna triple team them because you know what? I've done this battle twice now, and I don't really want to do it again.
Destroy them
What is your
to the shadows.
All right, you come over here. Can you come and join the party?
I see much.
Yeah. Okay. Look, you come here.
The lady protects me.
What do
Right. Can you
want?
both join in? Why can't? Oh, there we go.
All die. Kill them.
Oh, for fuck's
Raise them.
Out of the question.
All right, you do it. Good God.
This will achieve nothing.
Flight.
Right, can we all
I
attack
serve
that
the
one at the
lady.
same time? We can. Lovely. That should be pretty clean. It is. That's what we wanted. Just occupado. I'm assuming we're both in range for that one.
Ready.
So we should be able to both
Yes.
render
I will
assistance.
alone.
Should it come under siege by
I
this
will
little dwarf
not
army over here?
disgrace my ancestors.
That's the dream anyway. Okay, yeah, Throg's gone over there.
World
So we're going to go over here.
in blood.
And once again, I've done this battle twice, so I'm not going to do it again, because meh.
I thirst.
I'll just move Isabella over. You know, it's fine. It's a battle that happens, but
I am blood.
Forced Resolve is being a bit of a cheeky minx. Staff of Damnation. That's the second one of those we've got.
Prophetess.
I'm going to give that to... Do I give that to you? I can't. I can give it to you. In fact, I could give you some stuff to actually keep you alive. Might be a good shout. I mean... I don't want to be too benevolent. But I think that's probably a good shout. Let's give you some bits and pieces just to sort of like help out, I guess. You know, may as well. You don't have anything. Jeez. Have a dragon helm and have Basamoon's pride and have a thing and one of those and a forbidden rod and some other bits and pieces, because why not? Everyone should have a student. What does Telsia, Mistress of the Dark have? You don't have anything. Jeez, I've been very bad at giving my character stuff, haven't I? I guess for the most part, it doesn't really, like, you know, like 10% research rate is about the best thing I can get here. Everything else is a bit like, eh. Can you have stuff? Holy shit. I didn't even think about that. I hadn't even considered it, to be brutally honest. Or maybe I hadn't forgotten. And if I give you the brass key, that's plus 10 melee attack. And you also have this, which gives plus 5 melee attack. So you give everyone 15 melee attack just by being near them. Which is great. That's really nice. So yeah, so in summary, Space Marines suck, and so do Dwarves.
What do you want?
Now, Rakarth may come and attack this area. So what I'm going to do...
Spread the rot.
Exactly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Heinrich over here. I'm going to upgrade this. And then we're going to recruit a bunch of knights for him, and we're going to send them over to basically bop Rakarth. Now, I'm going to keep Isabella and Vlad in this sort of area, just sort of bopping Norskans, just keeping them busy, keeping Rakarth busy while Heinrich goes and does his thing. I might send them over to help out. If we can get defences at Icebreak Fjord. Problem is, the Norskans can easily overwhelm us with just their nasty marauder people. For victory-wise, I think we're doing okay, because if we can just wipe out Avalons. Avalons are actually quite strong, because they've taken the border princes. But if we can wipe out Avalons and keep the dwarves at bay, we could then bring our forces around here, knock out the Wood Elves, which we need to do, and then sort of like finish off this. At that point, all we need to do is take the north. Now, that's the trick. That's a slightly tricky bit. What I might do is if we bring our forces down here, we'll ignore Throt for the moment. Keep the dwarves at arm's length, and then take out the Wood Elves. Bring some armies back up, where we send like an army down here to deal with this, and then sort that out. And then that should then be a victory in theory. I think we're pretty close. We could go for the short campaign victory condition. I'm kind of tempted to do that, to be honest, because I feel like a long campaign victory condition is just it's just a little bit longer, you know. I don't think it adds anything, to be honest, in my opinion. Just throwing it out there, because it's just more stuff to defend, really. And it'd be fine if the Norskans weren't fighting me, but they are, and that's just going to slow everything down. So we'll get stuff like that. I'm going to get Blade Shield there, because why not? Isabella's going to get... Oh, no. The Hunger. And you get the Hunger. And Ocean Colosseum can get Evasion. What else we got? Nicolettes. Oh, you know, I'm going to give you a... I want to give you that? No. What I want is the Coven Throne, because I don't know what that is. Okay, have Aura of Thingamajig. And, ooh, let's get Invocation of the Heck. Good. Good. Let's see if these dwarves... I don't think the dwarves will attack me. I think they'll keep their distance. I don't think they'll want to pick a fight with me somehow. Yeah, I knew kind of Rakarth would do that. Yes, Rakarth is going to be a pain. On the other hand, if he's taking stuff from the Norskans, I mean, technically he's taking it from me, but if he's taking it from the Norskans and keeping it from the Norskans, then that's just left stuff from the Norskans, and then I just need to bop. Yeah, Flensburg. I mean, I could maybe try and take out their artillery, but don't really think it's worth it. Okay, so you're over there. It looks like you're doing a little ambushy. Did you run past me then? Or was that in a different army? What's going on there then? So, yeah, you must just... Yeah, you just booked it past me.
It is night.
How the fuck did you march from there all the way up there?
Good. This will do.
What the fuck? I mean, because you were like down here, weren't you? How?
Wait. For now.
Okay, what I'm going to try and do... I'm going to bring you over here. I'm probably going to get spotted.
Deliver it unto me.
You
But
honor me.
fuck it.
Your
You come over
coming is
here. I
for
reckon
good.
you will
Seize
get a little bit juicy by the fact that there's an army that you can potentially kill. So we'll go there. We'll take this from you. Sort of Kane has been claimed. Good for you.
Agreed for now.
So where's this army going, do we think? Where is that army going? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come down here.
Stop that!
You can't reach me. You
Do
couldn't
you
double
take
team me
me
even
for
if you
the wizard?
wanted to. I don't think so anyway. He says unsure. Let's get the enemy hosts.
Ready. Good. This
I'm going to do this. I think there's too many agents around to get an ambush off at this point. I think they'll just spot me. I think they'll just spot me. I don't think there's much point doing it, but we'll give it a shot. See what happens. Might pull it off. You never know. Because there's like 3 guys there, so
What?
What is your behest?
that suggests to me that we've got no chance in hell. I'm actually tempted to get a black coach and see if they're any good. My suspicion is the answer is no.
You need me?
But you never know your luck.
All shall know me and tremble.
I'm going to bring you down here. And then
Find me, grave owl.
Mr. Heinrich is going to recruit 4 of them. And then we're going to get rid of 1 of them. I know what you're thinking. What? But don't worry. Everything will be revealed because we're getting no, we're not getting red necromancers because they're too expensive. Got that college education. Jesus. I think they're so bloody special, don't they, with their bloody necromantic PhD.
Will drown in
Realistically, all they've been doing is getting drunk for 3 years. Which is something we have in common. Okay, I can't build anything there, which is fine. We're going to the commandment, pop that from there. We'll see if we can get the ambush. I think there's just too many agents nearby. We're going to get spotted. If we can get the ambush off, that would be lovely. I think the dwarves will move before they have a go, though, won't they? So, in theory, ooh, no, you're. But apparently there was another army. Wow. There's a lot of dwarves around, apparently. Fuck me. It's 4 of the bastards. Just loping around my territory. God, I've got to do something about that then. God, there's stacks upon stacks of enemies all over the place. Look at all this. Good grief. Alright, got to do something about that. We could potentially take Averheim. If we take Averheim, is the garrison there? There is.
Never.
Garrison and an
This
army.
better be important.
I don't really think we can take it.
This better be important.
My guess is you're going to run away. But you might not.
I will not.
He says he won't, but I suspect he will.
I have seen your heart.
You really want Caracascaraz, don't you? Why? Okay, I'm going to... Because, I mean,
Look out
your
for me.
army's pretty fucked.
Now.
Your army's pretty fucked. I might get rid of the peasant bowmen. Don't know what's best. Okay, we're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it. He does want to go. It says Pyrrhic Victory. It wants to kill a couple of my units. But if we can lock down the artillery, we should just be able to, like, blob up and kill everyone. And plus we've got little garrison. The little garrison that could, well, not stand up to that army, but maybe can be thrown at them to be grinded up first. When facing an enemy with an artillery advantage, the best thing to do is to try and force them to move their battle line, because as long as they're moving, they ain't shooting at you. So to do that, we've got some ghosties. We've got these. I'll put these guys right back here. It's going to take them a little while to get over, but you can see their entire battle line is having to sort of like pivot to try and deal with this. The artillery's kind of being left behind. I think this was because the units were in range to start off with, but if we sort of threatening them, then hopefully they will start to turn to try and deal with that threat. Having said that, it looks like they're just going to let themselves get charged in the flank by the ghosts, but at least that means those orca guns are out of here. Meanwhile, spawned in some zombies to attack the flame cannon. Our knights are charging forward. We have the hex race moving around behind against the enemy army that's desperately trying to move units around to blunt that, but they're not fast enough to catch up with us, so they're just going to have to move in defense. Wind of Death isn't going to be quite as effective as I'd hoped, although having said that, minces several units. Oof, big jam. And then the Knights charging. Of course, the Giant Slayer is going to be quite nasty to deal with. Those gold chevron boys are going to be chopping my way through anything with armour nearby, which is a bit of a problem for us. We're trying to take out Grombrindle with Mulebut. And some ghosties. Of course, the White Dwarf does have a magical weapon, which means his cairn rates are going to get evaporated whenever he hits them, which is a bit of a problem. The hero zombies have actually got, I just want to point this out because they've done very well, 513 damage value, which is probably the highest I've ever seen a zombie unit get. But that's because they just managed to just eat up that flame cannon crew with little to no involvement from anyone else. So they just kind of like chomp their way through that, no problem. Nice work there. We're slowly getting the upper hand on the dwarves, grinding them down. Surround there, and you can see they're just being chopped to pieces by the Black Knights on one side and the Hex Race on the other. It's actually fairly comparable. I was surprised. I think the Hex Race would do a lot more damage, but I stand corrected. Ugh, those Giant Slayers. You have to wipe him out to finish him off. And the White Dwarf, yeah, we need to deal with him. Mulebut. Moving in to engage, but Grombrindle's a nasty character to fight, and at the although our stats are better, I have concerns. So we're going to bring the ghosties in to help deal with Grombrindle. He is unbreakable, which means we are going to have to kill him. Much like his Giant Slayer contingent, although you can see our units are now hunting them down wherever they are. And those Giant Slayers are dwindling rapidly. You know what? This army did a lot better than I thought it would do. I thought we'd take a lot more damage than that. I was just trying to think, because I've had some rather like brutal battles against the Empire where I've like completely just destroyed, multiple stacks of them. And I was trying to think, like, the dwarves got, like, when they got their sort of revamp, didn't they? They got Giant Slayers, which of course quite a nasty unit. The Emperor got War Wagons, which are, well, not so good. Anyway, the point is that I think the dwarves definitely got the better end of that deal, because Giant Slayers are an absolute bastard to deal with. Whereas, War Wagons, well, I tend to ignore them, because they're not really going to do much damage. Okay. At least that's one less dwarf army to deal with. A little bit worried about this over here. Can they reach me? Yes, they can. Okay.
To the shadows.
Okay, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Nicolette over here, and I'm going to hope that maybe they jump me. That's quite a nasty stack of troops right there. It's not ideal. Especially if they hit me with both of them. I could run. I can run away though. If we need to, we can run away. So there is that option. We have options. I mean, I can run away. That's the option. Because I ain't going to fight them. Not with Mulibut. Anyway, Kaz the Revenant is fine. And Angelina Jolie here can have Occam's Mind Razor.
This action does not have my consent.
Probably a spell I'm not going to use.
Do not take me for a fool. What do you want?
I could lure that army out of here, but... Have you...
It is night.
Is there an army over here? They didn't take Flensburg. They raised it.
Move.
Oh my god.
I'm a rune lord, not some mess.
You're a trespassing wanker is what you are. Come here, you little shit. Oh, you little monkey.
My will alone.
Glad I spotted that. God, how many bloody armies... Oh, yeah, I always say that when I'm fighting the dwarves. How many bloody armies have they got? Yeah, a lot. So killed 2. There's at least 2 more that we're aware of. And I'm going to assume more because that just seems to be what they do.
This better be important.
They mass. Like swarm. Okay, let's get some of these PhD boys. So... Let's get Beaumont.
Ready.
And... Gaithan.
Your wish, master.
And Castle of Death, Master of Dead. Raise Dead, Evasion, blah blah blah.
Do you need fresh troops?
No.
That will do nicely.
Okay, I'm just telling you to go over there. Just chill out. I might not give them corpse carts because it's just so slow. Why did I go scouting? What was I thinking? Definitely Master of the Undead. Definitely that. Get Evasion. Get you both over
I will
there.
not betray you.
I'm glad to hear it. It's kind of weird that you're even bringing that up, to be honest, but that's fine. Right, we've got 1 turn. We get those. We've got to go squads. Go across. We use go squad. That's the plan.
The world will drown in blood.
Yes, again, quite
I am going.
an audacious plan to drown an entire world in blood. I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm just saying that it might be trickier than you potentially think. It might be. I'm not going to bother repairing that because I think we might lose it. And we're going to get defences here because I think we're going to need those. Because Averland and the dwarves together have quite a lot of stuff to throw at us. Little bit of a problem, that. I was hoping you'd come and attack me. But you haven't. You haven't taken the bait. Apparently you're raising Wissenberg? Okay, that was kind of to be expected. So again, we've got a couple of others. Yeah, so there's another army down here as well. This is the problem with the dwarves. They just have a lot of shit to throw at you. It just seems endless. So I'm getting, you know,
Absurd.
that is Rakarth, isn't it? That is Rakarth. So what I could do is actually sail over
The
Botham.
Volgarstein.
What's over here? Should we get this? What's this? Anything interesting? Make our army do better. More physical resistance. That's good.
I shall go.
Oh, some of those fall
Death and destruction.
Oh, you bastard.
Short-sighted. No.
You can't reach me. That's fine. We can bop you and then maybe take this, but maybe not. Don't know. Haven't decided yet. Not sure what I want to do.
Not likely.
So I can.
I refuse.
Your retreat. You've got again a very nasty army.
I have seen your heart.
You'll probably retreat.
I will alone.
Is my guess. You haven't actually taken it though.
I will not shame my clan.
So you're just taking attrition at this point.
What is your behest?
So, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see if we can take him. Worst case, he falls back. He is falling back. Oh, you bastard. You've gone all the way back there. In that case, let's try an ambush. See if we can lure them in. It's unlikely. I think we're going to have to pull back to Nullen. So we know we've got an army here. But Flensburg's a little bit undefended.
My bloodline calls.
So if we can knock out this, then we can push down, deal with this. But I think we need... Dottenbach is not particularly important to my plans. So we can pull back, let them have it, rather than lose an army. Which is, you know, the worst option, because that'll take us longer to repair that, replace that, than it would.
I need more minions.
Noted.
What? March.
So you can come over here, we can come down here to Marienburg, get those necromancers in that army. I don't know how effective this force will be. I guess we'll find out.
Vlad von Karstein.
You can have... No point getting that. No point getting that. Let's get Claws of the Ancient One, because that's going to give you just more killy. Eustache. You used to have people surrounding you. You used to be the belle of the ball, but, you know, times have changed. Times are hard, friends are few. It's a nightmare. I don't know what to do with you. Whether we, like, pull back. Because I know there's a stack here. They weren't really forthcoming. So maybe I just hold here, see if we can lure them in. See if we can, because if they want to attack Karakazgoraz, they'll attack me. They'll see Nicolette. They'll hopefully attack her, and then we can kill them. Fingers crossed. Okay, I wasn't really expecting that, but that's fine. Wasn't expecting this one. I mean, they don't have any artillery. I do. I've got more cavalry than they do. It doesn't seem like a good shout from them, but that's fine. I guess it's an easy way to kill them. So some of the reinforcements are coming in on my side of the battlefield, which means we're going to send our ghosties to engage and deal with them. Holborn Dread Knights slamming into the Wailing Hags. I think we can hold, though. Wailing Hags going to be tough for them to carve their way into. And we have support. Adrian is here to buff them up. Now, we have a slight issue because the Bloodrack Shrine could be quite nasty. It does have magical attack, so we need to pin it down with the Zombles. Meanwhile, the Wailing Hags are just going to keep hitting those Harganeth Executioners. So far, so good. Meanwhile, we have our Blood Knights moving to engage Rakarth, and already we're taking those unholy trebuchets. Unholy field trebuchet. Why are they unholy? I don't know. We need to deal with Rakarth. Rakarth is going to be an issue. Taking out K-Knight's Assassin back there. We need to take out the Dreadlord. He needs to die. Rakarth landing in the midst of some Blood Knights. I do not really want to engage as we can do. Please don't breathe fire on me. Thank you. Ooh, Whip of Agony. Nasty. Top Blood Knights converging from all sides. We need to deal with Rakarth, so I'm going to bring Vlad back to deal with that. Meanwhile, we're being flanked by some Dark Riders who've managed to get into the unholy field trebuchets. Fortunately, we have Graveguard converging to mop them up and force them out. Create a little box around them. They'll be fine. Blood Knights taking a lot of damage in combat with Rakarth. Fortunately, Vlad is on his way. Good old Vlad Daddy. He is a terror in melee combats. Absolutely brutal stats. Very high attack. Going to take big chunks out of Rakarth, and we've also debuffed. There's a fight going on between the War Hydra. We have Harganeth Executioners, and we're also being shot up by some Dark Riders, which is not very nice. But we are winning this engagement over here. We're winning this engagement over here as well as we slowly grind down the Blackguard. The Cairn race there being kept in in perfect health by the fact that Adrian is right here just healing them up all the time. There's nothing these guys can do to stop them with just constant replenishment. More zombies being spawned in just to keep that Bloodrack Shrine occupied. Wailing Hags over here are just holding the line, which is absolutely fine. As long as they're holding the line, no problem there. You can see we're slowly grinding down the Dark Elves on this flank. Some Shades joining the party a little bit late. Ricard's trying to get away, and we've caught him. Vlad coming up just behind him. He's not super happy. He's a little bit sad. War Hydra also breaking. We have what's left of the... I think this is the garrison. Settlement garrison finally arriving at the front line, but having been pounded by the artillery as they've advanced. War Hydra is retreating. And Ricard is trying to get airborne again, but being chased by those Blood Knights. He ain't going nowhere.
No mercy! Our allies are weak.
The crossbows how much damage did they do? Holy shit! Yeah, they did a lot of damage. They need to die. You can run! No, you can't.
Time to go!
Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. Okay, that should keep them busy. Or suppressed, anyway. Did the doors do it? Oh, it's doors. Here we go. Okay, what's going to happen here? You are going to attack that with both Sargelt's reinforcements. Not a huge surprise. Oh. You're trying to Scarper. I mean, I do want to intercept you. I mean, taking out those organ guns in an underway fight is going to be an absolute fucking ball ache. But I do need to mop these dwarf armies up. So, we'll be killing them. But that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.